Hey friends, welcome back to Feats of Strength. This video I finished building my dream bike. What f***ing headset is this? Why are there what are these for? Okay, in the last video, I unboxed this Urban Freeride hardtail that I bought off the internet. It's a 2003 24 cycles Latoy 3. It's got a bunch of really crazy parts on it. Kind of everything was a custom build in this era. There's some stuff I'm definitely going to be keeping, but there are a lot of parts that I want to change, so we're going to just get right into it. I'm also going to do a little bit of service on this. Some of the bearings and other surfaces feel a little bit off. I don't know how long the bike's been sitting around. I have something kind of special planned for the seat post collar. We'll see how that works out. Waiting on something to show up. But in the meantime, we'll get to taking things apart, checking out this build, getting it dialed in. As I mentioned in the last video, one of the main reasons that drew me to this particular bike, besides the frame that I really wanted, were these crazy seismic 6-inch hubs, high flange. The wheels look really heavy, and they are. But I found something out really weird. I thought that I would weigh these very stout rims, these huge hubs, separate from the tube and tire, and they're heavy. A piece, no doubt, but this is crazy. The tube and tire separately is almost a pound heavier than the rest of the wheel. Like, just tire technology has come so far. These are huge. That's crazy. No one's gonna say this isn't a boat anchor. It's a boat anchor, I get it, but it's my boat anchor. Some of the first stuff I'm gonna change up. I will be keeping these grips. Really awesome, intense OG lock-on grips. We'll hang on to those. The Azonic bars are really sick, but I have something else in the works, so we're going to strip that off. Obviously going to hang on to these brakes. Everything else, just get it stripped off, get things cleaned up, and move on to the next exciting replacement part. The headset on this fork feels really strange. I'm probably going to ditch that, but I got to get it out of here, and honestly, it's putting up a hell of a fight. I don't really know why it's so sticky. Okay, there we go. Got it. What the f is this? What kind of headset is this? Look at this. Why are there washers on this headset? I've never seen this before. Anyway, if you know what it is, let me know in the comments. Goodbye, crappy shifter. That's going in the bin. Goodbye, chainstay protector. I've got something else coming. Oh, gross. Gonna replace the headset, putting in something that's not that fancy. Just a standard 1.1/8 headset. I don't really know what exactly is going on with the original headset, so I'm gonna figure that out. In the meantime, put in something else that I think is gonna work great. I want a new fork for this bike. A buddy of mine just sent me this Dirt Jumper 2. I think it's probably pretty period correct. It's pretty baller. I used to have something really similar, and I think that it would honestly probably be a really good fitting fork for this bike. But this is not the fork we're putting on this bike, because this is my dream bike. We're putting on a bomber. The fork is almost as long as the frame. I want long travel, short wheelbase hardtail. It's gonna be perfect. Takes a little bit of weird fiddling and fitment to get it to work, but it's gonna be sick. So this isn't a period correct restoration, but you know, all in the same vein. A fun stem and DMR crossbar handlebars are totally going on this bike. All of this probably seems like some sort of study in absurdity, and it kind of is. But this truly was a thing. This was a thing. This was an evolution in the cycling world of aggressive freeride hardtails. This was a thing, and I wanted this so bad. It's pretty wild to me to think that people legitimately designed hardtail frames like this with the intent of having a Marzocchi bomber double clamp on the front of it. It's nuts. That's totally crazy, and so good. So awesome. So I'm throwing on a new Saint shifter. Well, it's not new. It's new to the bike. A buddy of mine broke the trigger off and replaced it with a toothbrush. And by the way, the whole toothbrush ribbing is great. It's awesome shifting. It works perfect, and it's just wonderful ergonomics. To go with my new front shifter, I also have I got an awesome Dior XT derailleur. It's not a clutch derailleur. We'll get that swapped out. I'm going over to 9-speed stuff. It's just a little bit easier to come by. I'm going to get the brakes in place. I'm a little worried about the hose length on the front brake because it was on a 24-inch fork, and now we're trying to throw it onto a 26-inch Marzocchi Bomber. And look at that. I'll be damned. Not going to mess with it. If it works, it works. There's still some weird indexing in the bottom bracket bearings, and I'm going to have to come back to that. I'm not really worried about it, but everything else, so dialed. I'm so excited about it. So, piece de resistance, that's not a phrase, nobody says that, is the seat post collar. I've got a little treat. I'm really excited. It's a thing that I've coveted for a long time. It's really going to tie the room together. I met up with the guy that runs BMX Museum, and he had one of these unobtainium bike parts. It's very rare. I've only seen them on a handful of frames, made by 24 Cycles. That's so good. Okay, now really, it's going to look so good on here. You ready? I present a ring. That's right. That's what they called it, a ring. What you need to understand is that companies like this in the early 2000s just say a lot of spikes, flames, and unnecessary tribal prints. There was a lot of inappropriateness in their nomenclature. They did make some really cool, really unique bike parts. It's just so great. It matches perfectly, and I'm so hyped to get it on this bike. Questionable naming aside, it's going to be perfect. Yeah. Finishing touch, then we'll get the chain and stuff and put the... Wait a minute. Are you shitting me? It's the wrong size. They did 2 sizes. This came on their Porn King frames, but I have a Latoy 3. And apparently they did a different seat post size. It's too small. Shit. Well, we're going to have to do a plan B on this. We'll put the Salsa seat post clamp back on here, and I don't know. Whatever, we'll figure something else out. And here we go. The finished build. Here it is. Oh, look how good it is. It's at this moment you realize that if you took the seat post angle and the head tube angle and you swapped them, you would almost have a modern geometry mountain bike. And I love it. I don't think this is going to replace my current mountain bike, and I don't intend for it to. I'm just really happy to have this crazy slice of history and to be able to ride it around. So I got my bag with me. We're going to ride over to the local refreshment store and get some beverages and hit up some trails on the way. I don't know. We'll see how it rides. I'm not really sure how it's going to go, but yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this is not an endorsement. This is not an ad. This is just cool bike design stuff. After my test ride, there was a lot of chain slap. I ordered this velocity hucking system, sort of chain damping setup, and it arrived looking like this. This is brilliant. Look at this. Look at this. It's an old VHS tape. The design is so good. So I'm going to get this put onto my chain stay. Now that we got rid of that old super gross one, get rid of some of the chain slap. Oh, look at this. I mean, it fits, it looks right, and it's the fuck. What is this? This is not staged. This is not scripted. Look at this. This is what I was riding on. Look how this chain link is. Yeah, okay. Well, chalk that up to a mechanic error. Oh yeah, if you were wondering, this bike totally sucks on the uphill. Just so we're clear, yeah, not an uphill bike. But on the downhills, it totally rips. If you have any information about any of these crazy parts that are on this bike that I haven't gone over or that I know nothing about, fill me in, comment down below. Thanks again for watching. Okay, folks, bonus round. Thanks if you stuck around watching this long. I might not have. Hey, you made it. You're one of the few. Earlier in the video, as I was editing all of this, I legitimately went to put this special 2-4 cycles seat post clamp on the bike, and the clamp is too small for this frame. But I had a buddy of mine is working on setting up a machine shop, and he very courteously offered to machine this out to fit this frame, and it just showed back up, and I'm going to drop it on now. The crown jewel of this whole build, the ring. It's going to, I'm so excited. It's going to tie it all together. There we go. It's done. It's built. Oh, it's so much fun. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you next time. Catch you later.